Have you ever heard of illegal multi-level marketing or MLM scam? It is a scam where the scammers gain profits by selling membership without selling proper products. Many university students in Malaysia had fallen victims to this malicious scam. Several local newspapers reported this issue in 2019, and it was so serious that a new task force was set up by the ministry to handle the issue. I am Siti Nurbazilah binti Abu Hassan from UKM. Under the guidance of my brilliant supervisor, Dr. Azanurrahani, I work to discover the linguistic and persuasive language strategies used by the illegal MLM scammers to attract university students. So we know that language is a tool to communicate, to persuade, or to make one obey to instructions. In this issue, the victims are the university students. So, what are the linguistic strategies used by the illegal MLM scammers to attract university students, and how do they employ persuasive language strategies while attracting the students that they can deceive them so successfully? To answer this, I interviewed 20 victims of illegal MLM scams. All are university students. I transcribed the interviews and did a thematic analysis with deductive approach based on Aristotle rhetorical appeals and mentioned persuasive elements. Based on Aristotle rhetorical appeals, I found that most scammers use pathos, where the appeal could be found in 46% of the persuasion. The appeal was employed by exploiting the victim's feelings, making them worried and scared of losing opportunity, or making them happy and confident with flattery. 33% of the persuasion were identified with logos. The scammers provide logic and reasons to sound convincing and persuade the victims. Ethos, on the other hand, made up 17% of the persuasion. The appeal was performed via scammers' action of showing evidences regarding their wealth and achievements. These evidences help the scammers to build their credibility in the eyes of the victims. My study only found 4% of combined appeals used by the scammers, where they first use ethos to show off their achievements, and then they use pathos to praise the victims and tell them they were chosen because of their special characteristics. Based on the persuasion, I did a simple analysis and I found common lexical items, which are parents, family, friends, business, and profits. These 5 lexical items were found to be emphasized by the scammers in their persuasion. Next, the finding based on Manson's persuasive elements. My study found all the elements were present in the case of illegal MLM scam. The most used element is asking the victims to comply in several steps. The scammers invited victims to several events before asking them to officially join the so-called business and make payment. The time spent together during attending events allowed the victims to build trust towards the scammers. Second, making the scam looks legitimate. The scammers shared their bank accounts, previous achievements of other members in the business, and flaunted their luxurious lifestyle, as well as using foreign country as the headquarters of the business. The third most used element is making the scam look urgent and setting deadline. The scammers force victims to pay by setting up deadline and making up offers in which, if the victims fail to pay in the given period, they would have to pay higher price. This made the victims panic and pay as soon as possible. The scammers also exploited basic human desires and needs. They promoted the scam as a tool to help the victims to achieve their dreams and fulfill their needs. For instance, they talk about earning extra money to help the family, being financially independent, or gaining working experiences while studying. The element of personalizing the scam was also found in my study. The scammers exploited existing relationship with the victims to persuade them. Some scammers complimented the victim's personal appearance, making them confident to join and recruit other people, which will contribute more profits to the scammer. Most important, I managed to discover different persuasive elements in terms of illegal MLM scam, where the scammers exploited the victim's religion by using Islamic phrases, hadith and Quranic verses to convince the victims, as well as persuading the victims with the idea of being able to send their parents to perform umrah or pilgrimage with the profits they will gain if they join the business. This is effective as it is quite a norm among the Malay Muslims community in Malaysia, where children dreamt of sending their parents off to the Holy Land. In conclusion, all elements of Aristotle rhetorical appeals and Manson's persuasive elements were present in the persuasion by illegal MLM scammers. The study is hoped to be able to add to the existing literature of fraud and scam by providing linguistic strategies and persuasive language strategy used by the scammers in the local context and in illegal MLM scam.